What happens when a rookie quarterback signs a guaranteed $10.8 million contract only to discover his team might already be shopping for his replacement? For Tyler Shough and the New Orleans Saints, this nightmare scenario isn't hypothetical. It's happening right now, and the implications could reshape the entire franchise's future. Picture this. You're a second-round draft pick who just secured one of the most lucrative guaranteed rookie deals in recent memory. You're walking into a franchise that desperately needs fresh blood under center after Derek Carr's shocking retirement. The starting job seems within reach, the money is guaranteed, and your NFL dream is finally materializing. Then, like a bolt from the blue, reports surface that your new team is already eyeing a veteran replacement before you've even taken your first snap. Welcome to Tyler Shaugh's reality with the New Orleans Saints, a franchise caught between honoring their investment in youth and chasing immediate championship aspirations with aging stars. The Cousins connection, a desperate gamble or strategic brilliance? The whispers started quietly but have grown into a deafening roar throughout NFL circles. According to Bleacher Report's Brent Sobleski, the Saints are seriously considering a play for Atlanta Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins, a move that would essentially relegate Shough to clipboard duty before his professional career even begins. Sobleski's analysis cuts straight to the heart of New Orleans' dilemma. As shaky as this setup appears, a veteran addition might be ideal for this roster. The Saints still feature running back Alvin Kamara, wide receivers Chris Olave and Brandon Cooks, tight end Juwan Johnson, center Eric McCoy, defensive end Cameron Jordan, linebacker Demario Davis, and safety Tyrann Mathieu. Everyone mentioned, except for Olave, will be 28 or older at the start of the season. This isn't just about quarterback play, it's about maximizing a championship window that's rapidly closing. The Saints find themselves in that precarious position where their core players are hitting their prime years simultaneously, creating immense pressure to win now rather than develop for tomorrow. Cousins, despite his turbulent tenure with Atlanta marked by injuries and inconsistent performances, represents something Shough simply cannot: proven NFL experience. The Falcons' apparent willingness to move on from their veteran signal caller after just one season speaks volumes about his recent struggles, but it also presents an opportunity for a Saints organization desperate for stability under center. The $10.8 million question. Worth every penny or premature investment, Tyler Shaugh's contract negotiations became a masterclass in rookie leverage and perhaps a cautionary tale about organizational priorities. While most second-round picks report to training camp without fanfare, Shough held out, demanding not just more money but complete financial security through guaranteed contracts. The result? A jaw-dropping 4-year, $10.795 million fully guaranteed deal that ranks among the most lucrative for a player of his draft position. In an era where team owners increasingly favor incentive-laden contracts over guaranteed money, Shaugh's agent pulled off what many considered impossible. But here's where the story takes a fascinating turn. Was this massive investment a vote of confidence in Shaugh's abilities, or was it simply the cost of doing business for a franchise with limited options? The timing of the Cousins rumors suggests the latter might be closer to truth. Consider the optics from Shaugh's perspective. You negotiate hard for guaranteed money because you believe in your ability to earn the starting role and justify that investment. Now, barely weeks after signing, reports emerge that your new team is actively pursuing your replacement. It's a psychological blow that could either fuel determination or plant seeds of doubt that last throughout a career. The veteran factor. Why experience trumps potential in championship windows? The Saints' apparent interest in Cousins reflects a harsh NFL reality that young quarterbacks often struggle to accept. Potential doesn't win championships in narrow competitive windows. With key players like Cameron Jordan, 35, Demario Davis, 32, and Tyrann Mathieu, 33, entering the twilight of their careers, New Orleans cannot afford a developmental season at quarterback. Cousins, for all his recent struggles, brings something invaluable to the table. 12 years of NFL experience, including playoff appearances and clutch performances under pressure. His 2023 season with Minnesota, where he threw for over 2,300 yards and 18 touchdowns in just 8 games before injury, demonstrated that his arm talent remains intact despite his advancing age. The Falcons' disappointing 2024 campaign wasn't entirely Cousins' fault. Playing behind a patchwork offensive line with limited weapons, even elite quarterbacks would struggle. In New Orleans, he'd inherit a significantly more talented supporting cast, including Alvin Kamara's dual-threat ability and an emerging receiving core led by Chris Olave. From Atlanta's perspective, moving Cousins makes financial sense. His hefty contract consumes valuable cap space that could be redirected toward younger players or addressing other roster needs. For a Falcons team clearly in rebuild mode, trading Cousins to division rival New Orleans might seem counterintuitive, but the draft compensation could accelerate their reconstruction timeline. Shaugh's crossroads. Sink or swim in the NFL's unforgiving waters, Tyler Shough finds himself at a career-defining crossroads that extends far beyond typical rookie challenges. His college career at Oregon and Texas Tech showcase flashes of brilliance alongside concerning inconsistency, traits that become magnified under NFL scrutiny. The physical tools are undeniable. A strong arm capable of making every throw, mobility that extends plays, and leadership qualities that resonated with teammates throughout his college career. However, the transition from college spread offenses to NFL complexity represents a quantum leap that has derailed countless promising prospects. What makes Shaugh's situation particularly challenging is the external pressure. Most rookies can develop behind established veterans, learning the nuances of professional football without immediate expectations. Shough was thrust into a potential starting role due to Carr's retirement, creating unrealistic expectations for immediate success. The Cousins rumors add another layer of complexity. Even if he retains the starting job initially, every mistake will be magnified, every interception scrutinized through the lens of available alternatives. That psychological pressure can either forge championship-caliber toughness or crush promising careers before they truly begin. The Saints' championship calculation. All-in or all-out New Orleans faces a fundamental philosophical question that will define their franchise trajectory for years to come. Do they commit fully to Shaugh's development, accepting potential growing pains in exchange for long-term stability? Or do they maximize their current roster's championship potential by adding veteran experience at quarterback? The Saints' recent history suggests they favor the latter approach. Sean Payton's tenure was defined by aggressive moves designed to maximize Drew Brees' twilight years, including salary cap manipulation that continues to haunt the franchise today. Current management seems determined to avoid similar long-term consequences while still pursuing immediate success. This creates a delicate balancing act. Shaugh's guaranteed contract represents significant investment that ownership wants to see justified on the field. Simultaneously, the roster's aging core demands immediate competitiveness to avoid wasting championship-caliber talent during narrow competitive windows. The Cousins' pursuit, whether successful or not, sends clear messages about organizational priorities. It tells veteran players that management remains committed to winning now, potentially boosting morale and recruiting efforts. However, it also signals to young players like Shough that job security depends entirely on immediate production rather than long-term development. The division dynamic. Playing chess in the NFC South, trading for Kirk Cousins would represent more than roster improvement. It would be a strategic chess move in the competitive NFC South. The division has become increasingly competitive, with Tampa Bay's continued competitiveness, Carolina's young talent development, and Atlanta's own rebuilding efforts creating multiple threats. Adding a proven veteran quarterback while simultaneously weakening a division rival creates compounding benefits. Cousins' intimate knowledge of Atlanta's defensive schemes, combined with his established chemistry with former Falcons coaching staff members now scattered throughout the league, provides intelligence advantages that extend beyond pure talent evaluation. However, division trades carry inherent risks. Cousins would face his former team twice annually, creating narrative storylines that can either motivate exceptional performance or generate distracting pressure. The Saints must weigh these psychological factors against pure football considerations. From Atlanta's perspective, trading within the division requires careful consideration of long-term competitive balance. Strengthening New Orleans while clearing salary cap space might accelerate their own rebuild, but it also risks creating a more formidable division rival for years to come. The verdict, championship dreams hanging in the balance. Tyler Shaugh's NFL journey represents more than individual career development. It embodies the fundamental tension between immediate success and long-term sustainability that defines modern professional sports. His guaranteed contract provides financial security, but not job security, creating unique pressures that will either forge elite-level mental toughness or expose the psychological vulnerabilities that separate good players from great ones. The Saints' rumored pursuit of Kirk Cousins reflects organizational pragmatism that prioritizes championship contention over developmental timelines. Whether this approach succeeds depends entirely on execution and timing factors beyond any single player's control. What remains certain is that Tyler Shaugh's response to this adversity will define not just his rookie season, but potentially his entire professional career. Champions are forged in moments exactly like these, when external doubts meet internal determination, creating either breakthrough performances or cautionary tales about unrealized potential. The New Orleans Saints have created a fascinating quarterback controversy before their season even begins. How it resolves will determine whether they become championship contenders or cautionary examples of organizational miscalculation. What do you think about this quarterback controversy? Are the Saints making the right move by potentially pursuing Cousins, or should they stick with their investment in Shough? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's debate whether experience always trumps potential in championship windows. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the NFL's most intriguing storylines, smash that like button to help us bring you more exclusive analysis that goes beyond the headlines.